Hello, my terrific Taurus, and welcome to your weekly energy reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't had a chance to check out your other readings on my channel, please do so. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, all the other great stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel, means a lot to me. And also, if you haven't had a chance to check out my Etsy site, I have linked it. I do have cups and mugs on there with your Zodiac sign on them should you choose to get one. And I also offer private readings on there via video link. So if you'd like to get one of those. Otherwise, let's get right at it here, shall we? All right, so we got big changes this year. Wow, we're leaving a 15-year cycle. We are coming into Pluto is making shifts on the 20th of this month. April is a big solar eclipse excitement. I mean, things are happening, right? I know we're all feeling some big changes, feeling some emotions going on, big things. So let's see what you're feeling. We've got the Empress here, okay? So I am feeling like you are coming back into your own, okay? This is probably part of those big changes, right? This is probably, I'm feeling for you, that this has been a long time coming, okay? You have felt like you have been up against it, right? You have been battle tired and tested. You have been struggling. I don't know if it's, emotionally you've been struggling, financially you've been struggling. I don't know if you've just felt alone. I don't know if you've felt like every time you take one step forward, you're taking two steps back. I don't know if I don't know if it's the combination of all of those things, but whatever resonates with you specifically, I do feel like you have just felt like things have not been great for a hot minute, right? And finally, things are starting to break, okay? In whatever way it is, you are starting to feel like you can sit back, relax for a moment, and enjoy the fruits of your labor, okay? So I don't care if this is something where I just wanted to be in a relationship forever and ever, and finally, you've met someone, okay? Or I don't care if this is where you've been working your tail off at work and you finally got some recognition. Or you've been working, 58.6352 jobs, and finally the job that you've been applying for, or 50 jobs you've been applying for, one of them came through, and now you can kind of work that one job and be able to relax and see, okay, now I can have some relaxation, I can enjoy family time, I can, be able to work one job and pay the bills, that kind of thing. But for whatever it is for you, I feel like your stress levels are getting ready to come down. If they haven't already started to, you're going to be able to kind of sit back, rest on your laurels a bit, and be able to kind of enjoy all of the hard work, all the stress, all the struggle you've been putting in for, like I said, what feels like a hot minute, okay? And I feel like this is so well earned for you, and you really, really deserve it. So enjoy it, suck it up, take advantage of it. Don't fight against it or rail against it. I know for a lot of us that are in positions like that, the first thing we do is we just wait for the other shoe to drop, right? We're like, what's gonna happen next, right? So try to just enjoy it. You've been through enough bad that you deserve the good, right? So the next card it's going right with that though, right? This is the Fool card, and it's like, I feel like you're kind of happy-go-lucky right now, or you should be, right? If you're not, if you are one of those people, and I am one of those people, that I'm just like, okay, great, that's awesome, all my dreams have come true, but now when's it gonna just come crashing down into a burning pile of rubble? That's me. But I think you should be right now. Just realize, okay, I've paid my dues. This is now what I deserve, right? This is the time, right? I've been through that 15-year cycle of hell, right? So, it's time to be a little bit enjoyable, happy-go-lucky time, fun time, okay? Be careful that you don't step off this cliff, make sure you have a little fail-safe there, so don't go too crazy. If you did get a little bit of a raise, don't go blowing all the money or this or that, those kinds of things, right? We still want to be, practical and logical, and do our, due diligence in making sure that we are being well balanced, okay? Not too crazy. I mean, but we want to be kind of lighthearted and fun and enjoy finally that things are going our way, okay? To an extent, because as we know from the past, the shoe could always drop, but we don't want to count on that. I mean, we don't want to plan on that, plan for the worst, but hope for the best, right? Okay, so, and we have the 10 of Wands here, which is putting that burden down. Again, I think whatever it is that you have been struggling with, I think that now is going to continue to get better to where you're finally going to be able to come into your own and be able to really start to put burdens down. So maybe you were piled under a mountain of debt, and maybe here's where things start to break in the beginning, and you're starting to sit back and say, okay, finally I've got a little bit more income. Finally, I've got a partner to help me with some bills, or whatever it may be in your specific instance. Okay, maybe you were just stressed and struggling because you were trying to raise your kids on your own. Okay, and now you finally got somebody, you've been single and alone forever and ever, and finally you've got somebody that's a cheerleader for you, a support system for you, somebody to help you with things. And that partnership is everything to you, right? And you're just like, I'm finally being treated like, oh, I can sit back and actually have somebody help me with things once in a while. Everything is not falling on my shoulders. I feel like I'm a fool in love here, whatever. And you're able to actually put some of those burdens down, right? You're like, wow, because a burden shared is a burden halved, right? Everything is getting better here. You see the pattern here? Better, better, better. So all positive things for you, okay? But let's see what your challenge card is going to be, because as we know, it doesn't matter how great things can get, there can always be a challenge. I do find though that most of the time we are our own worst enemies. We are our own biggest challenge. So I would not be surprised if that's the case, but let's see what we've got here. So the Fool on top of the Fool. Okay, and that is an interesting challenge card. So this is telling me that for some of you, okay, and I'm not saying everyone, but for many of you, I do feel like you may be you have been in such a bad place for so long. And I don't want to say such a horrible place, like, oh my gosh, it's been so awful. I've been, living under a bridge and starving, that kind of bad place, or tortured, or, all of that. Maybe you have, I don't know. But what I mean is that you have been, really kind of just up against it, stressed out, struggling for such a time that when, you get that break, it's kind of like the feast after the famine. Okay. So when you do go to this like full-hearted happiness, okay, sometimes you can jump at things a little too fast, right? You jump in feet first, head first, cartwheel it in, hurl yourself off the cliff, the whole nine, right? And if you recall just a moment ago, I said in moderation, make sure you're being smart about it, because a lot of people, the first thing you do, you've got a little bit of extra cash, you are spending that like crazy because you haven't had the ability to do that. And you're like, okay, but now I've got the ability, so I'll just make more. But you never know when that could go away. So, this could be your challenge. You don't want to over exaggerate yourself, get too foolish, okay? The same thing can happen in relationships. Some of us who are so dire, so, I don't want to say desperate, that sounds bad, but it's just so dire to have someone in our lives, or someone that we need, or someone that, is there for us, or that companionship, or someone to help, because we've been doing it all on our own for so long. Someone shows us the slightest bit of, help, partnership, and we get that taste of that, and we're like, you get so, it claws into that, right? And, I've heard it time and time again from people, that person was just too ready to just, they were too fast, moving too fast, too into it, too ready, too, and it scared someone off, right? I've heard this more than I can imagine from people, right? And so again, you don't want to do that, because number one, you could scare someone off, but number two, you might be jumping at someone who is not the right person for you, right? You might be jumping at somebody who's there for the wrong reasons, but just because they're showing you a little bit of attention and you've you've been longing for it so much, you grab onto that. But this isn't a great person, right? You're just not vetting them well because you're not thinking completely right. You're thinking, with desires that you want, what you want so much more than you are with logic, right? So again, you have to be so careful, and again, I do want you to enjoy this. I want you to let those burdens go. I want you to let yourself enjoy your hard-earned, rewards. Rest on some of your laurels for a while. I want that for you, for sure. Definitely do that. But do it with a bit of caution, okay? Take your time and do it with some caution. Make sure you're being responsible with it, that kind of thing, so that you don't get yourself into a position that's going to put you right back in to a stress mess, upset, alone, whatever it was you were trying to get out of anyway. Okay, so let's get here into the psychic energy deck. Let's see what kind of psychic energy you're going to be feeding off of here with your Empress card. And I do feel like you are, really going to be coming into really positive things. Just be smart about it. Rest and rejuvenate. Hello, it's upside down. Rest and rejuvenate. And I think that is exactly what I'm saying. This is going to be your time to actually sit back and be able to rest on your laurels a little bit. Enjoy yourself a little bit. Maybe somebody will be your partner if that's what you're looking for, to come in and help you. You'll be shocked. Wow, I don't have to do everything myself. Or if this is something where you get a little bit of a raise, you're not so stressed that you're exhausted all the time. So you can actually rest a little bit, emotionally, mentally, physically, all of that, just from not stressing all the time. Perhaps it's something where you're able to give up a second or third job because you've got one job that will do what you need to do, right? And so free time, now you can rest and rejuvenate, spend time with your family, rest on, again, I think this is all what's coming for you. So I think this is a fantastic opportunity. I think it's going to be great for you if it's not already in the works. But again, don't let yourself get away from yourself. Don't let yourself get away from yourself here to where you kind of jeopardize that in any way. Okay, so let's see what the moon deck has to say about the Fool on the Fool here. And we have discernment. That could not be a more perfect card for that, honestly. Be discerning. Again, you have to be discerning. Be discerning about how you spend any extra money, if that's what the situation is, that you now have a better job, better income, whatever, okay? Be discerning about who you're letting into your life, okay? Don't just jump at somebody who shows you the first bit of attention and help, because you may scare them off, or if they're the right person, you could scare off the right person, your perfect person, or it could be the wrong person. And you're just so attached to them all of a sudden that, you get heartbroken, by this person because they're not the right person for you, okay? Be discerning, make good choices, okay? Enjoy yourself, enjoy the fact that you finally have gotten a break, finally a break. You deserve it, but be discerning in the ways that you go forward with this, okay? Don't go hog wild. Don't just jump at the first thing. Don't just start throwing money around. Whatever your situation is, just, take it easy, take it slow, enjoy it in a way that is responsible. It's like drinks that say, drink responsibly. Enjoy life responsibly. So there you go with that. Now, this is a last general advice card to close you out here on your 10 of Wands, putting your burdens down to kind of give you hopefully a little something to ponder and think about as you move forward. But I do think that you are definitely moving in a great direction. You are going to be able to put some burdens down. You are going to be able to see brighter, better days. You are going to be able to have more time for rest and rejuvenation, relaxation, those kinds of things. Things are going to look up for you drastically. Just don't blow it by overdoing it, okay? By being overzealous, okay? So let's see what we got here. Rest, renew, and recharge. What does your body crave and need right now? And I think that's exactly it. Because this is coming on, you're putting your burdens down. You have been burdened, okay? Again, this is just kind of hearkening back to where from the very beginning, I felt like this was something that you have dealt with for quite some time. You've been struggling for quite some time. You are finally able to put this burden down, okay? But that has left you depleted. I can just, I don't know whether it's left you monetarily depleted where, you're in such a credit card hole or 3 mortgages on your household, whatever, that it's going to take some time to get out of that. And that's what you crave, is to kind of just chill, lay low, pay your bills off so that your stress can, kind of relieve itself. Or if this is something where, finally you can put that burden down of loneliness that you've really struggled with emotionally or mentally because you found someone and they are a partner to you and they're helpful to you and all of these wonderful things. And what your body craves is just, that companionship, spending time with them. If it is, take that easy, enjoy, rest, and rejuvenate with that person in fun, peace, calm. You don't have to be, over the moon, over the top. And you know what? The more that you develop that, build the relationship, take the time, then the stronger it's going to be too. And the more you'll be able to tell if things are right, the more you can discern if things are right, and the more you're going to be, or rather the less likely you're going to be to scare anyone off if it is right, okay? But you know what? All of this is just you deciding what it is that you have been depleted of, that now that your burdens are put down, you need to replenish yourself, okay? Self-love. Self-love is your goal now that you are on the right path, okay? So hopefully this resonated with you. I think it's beautiful. I think it's wonderful. I think it's really going to be you moving in a positive direction. So I think it's going to be a good year for you, and you're kicking it off in a very positive way this early part of the year. So I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. And I hope to see you back very soon. I do plan to put up some abundance, wealth, finance type readings soon so that I can get loved ones up just in time, hopefully for Valentine's Day. Bye.